Steven Gerrard has been sacked by Aston Villa. I mean, I'm not surprised because they were in the relegation zone. The crazy thing is, Unai Emery has already been announced as the new Aston Villa boss.
Good evening.
So in today's video, I'm going to be taking over Aston Villa as Unai Emery for 10 seasons and trying to transform this club. Okay, a first look of this Aston Villa team, and I can see why Steven Gerrard got sacked. Because, bro, they've got a good team. Leon Bailey, Jacob Ramsey is a really good talent. They've got the likes of Kamara, Diego Carlos, Lucas Digne, and a good keeper like Emi Martinez. They should surely be doing better. And also, look at that, about 76 million to spend as well. Also, because this is the Unai Emery takeover, we're going to kind of keep signings that maybe he would like to make to his team. Because if you know and watch Unai Emery's play style, he usually likes to play a formation where the passing is super slick, kind of like tiki-taka but with more pressing. So let's try and get players suitable for that. The first signing we're going to make is Kvaratskhelia. Again, I always mess up his name. Hopefully I'm saying it right. But this kid has got the world at his feet right now. He is dominating in the Serie A. And honestly, the price is so reasonable to get him. I'm thinking, guys, if we can get him for like, say, 20 million. Actually, you know what? Let's start with 15. Let's just see what Napoli say about this. They want Tyrone Mings in a swap deal. Hell nah. We'll offer 16.5 million for Creature, and that's actually worked. Yo, Unai Emery, the pro negotiator. Can't lie, I'm feeling like this is a top tier signing. We've got Creature joining Aston Villa. Yo, I want to keep him for the entire 10 seasons and see how he grows, because I just feel like this kid is the real deal. Let's add Creature onto the bench, which I do really like. I think for the first season, we'll have Coutinho play left wing and Creature's backup. We still have one more signing in this window. Who do we go for? I'm thinking, guys, it's either a striker, because Ollie Watkins, as good as he is, he's 26. I don't see him growing all that much. Or maybe a midfielder, but we've got the likes of Jacob Ramsey in there. Douglas Luiz, who I kind of want to play in midfield. I think, yeah, it's got to be a striker. I think I want to sign Arnaud Danjuma. Unai Emery coached him at Villarreal, so I wouldn't be surprised if he moves along with him. And I know he's a left midfielder, but if we can convert him to a striker, which should be possible, because he's got 85 finishing, I think we should make this happen. He'd be a great striker for us. But he's going to be a bit expensive. Can I maybe put in, say, Danny Ings in this deal? That'd be pretty smart. Chuck in another 16 million plus Danny Ings. I think it's a good offer. They're willing to do it at 20, so let's get it done. Looks like we've got our biggest signing yet secured in Danjuma. We're going to give him number 9, not number 8, that's for sure. Can't lie, I think we got him for a really good deal, and the game, well, doesn't think that. But everything's going to depend on whether we can convert him to a striker. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Can Danjuma be converted to a striker? 45 weeks? That is so dumb. That is legit so freaking dumb. We can convert him to a center forward for 4 weeks, but oh my god, it'll take a season to just get him to play striker. Well, we'll still put him in that striker position and hope that soon he adapts to it. Okay, so we're done with our 2 transfers for the season. I think I've messed up the window. We could have probably done a lot better. Danjuma at striker, I do not know how that's gonna work. We do need Creature to grow massively this season. Let's see how we fare in this first season with Aston Villa. Let's hope we don't get sacked. So our first season with Aston Villa ends in a top half finish, finishing 9th. I feel like we could have finished maybe 6th this season, and I'll tell you why. This team legit fell off in the last couple of months. Like, we barely won any games. Like, look at this. We're losing and drawing almost every game. And I think it was down to some injury, and yup, it was. Ezra Konsa had picked up an injury, and with Tyrone Mings, it just wasn't working. To be honest, though, I think I'll take 9th for the first season. Better than Stevie GA, so you know what? We'll take it.
It's tough.
We can now convert Danjuma to a striker, which is a bit of a relief. But Danjuma had genuinely a shocking season. Because he was played out of position, he didn't do anything. I think we made a big mistake signing him. But look at Ollie Watkins. He stepped up big time for us. What a relief. And Felipe Coutinho did pretty well. Not bad. Creature had his first season in the Premier League and didn't really do that well. I think we took a big L with our signings. But Creature at least went up by 3 on his rating. So I'm hoping for big things from him for next season. So So for the first season, we have Ollie Watkins as top scorer and Coutinho as top assister. 60% of you guys watching this video haven't subscribed. We're trying to hit 600k subs before the end of the year, and if you guys could help me out, that'd be amazing. You know what? For season 2, I think we're gonna start making some big signings and making strides towards the next level. This team is good though. Like, I'm gonna start making Kvaratskhelia a starter from now, because if we want him to grow massively, he needs to be playing ahead of Coutinho. Coutinho is like, what, 31? It makes sense. I might even sell him. But I'm thinking this season, we get an insane centre-back for sure, and also maybe an insane central midfielder. This is the Unai Emery takeover. We gotta sign a few more players that he coached in his previous clubs, and well, Pau Torres is one of them. Funnily enough, Pau Torres right now is playing at Arsenal, so Unai's got a chance to get back at his previous club. Okay, Pau Torres would just be a ridiculous signing, but the fee will be ridiculous as well. Negotiating with supposedly that's Mikel Arteta. Doesn't quite look like him. But 52.5 million is good enough for the deal. There you go, guys. Pau Torres at Aston Villa. Surely with this signing, we're going to be fighting for top 6 at the minimum. 52.5 million, as I said. We're getting the better of Arsenal. Look at that. A rating on the prize. Now, that's what I call a back line. I still want to sign another midfielder, maybe replacing McGinn, because he's 28. We've got about 44 million. Let's see what we can do. Oh, no. No way. Kamara, one of our most talented young players who is super high rated as well. He's going to be on his way to Sevilla. They've paid his release clause. He's gone, guys. Kamara is actually gone. Out of nowhere, I was about to sign a new central midfielder, but now plans have completely changed. At least we're getting 56.7 million for him. So we now have about 125 million to spend, and we desperately need a new CDM. Nakamba is marvelous, but we need a better player. And I'm thinking, let's go hunt a player from Barcelona. Frank Kessie. He doesn't even play for Barcelona as a starter. Maybe a chance to shine in the Premier League would be tempting him. Looks like for about 70 million, we've convinced Xavi to sell him. And that is going to be our second signing of this takeover. Kessie for 70.9 million. Okay, so this is how the first team is looking like with Kessie coming in, Pau Torres. I think it's been a good season. We lost out on Kamara, but I think we've replaced him well. I want to see how Danjuma does this season in that striker position. And also, we need growth from Creature, man. Absolutely. Okay, what? 10th in the Premier League with the team we've got? I can't believe it. Well, Unai Emery wins the battle versus Arsenal at least, but I don't get this. We've built a much better team. Every player in our squad right now, as you guys can see, is above 80 overall. But oh, look at that. Creature got himself injured. This probably explains it. He was out with a torn quadricep muscle. He went up by 6 ratings this season. Needs a new contract as well. We'll give him that, but my god, that is harsh. That is harsh, but he's become a beast now for future seasons. I was thinking about selling Coutinho. Glad we didn't. He came through again. But finally, guys, Danjuma delivered. He at least gave us one good season. That is a relief. And bro, Ollie Watkins forgot to play football this season. What happened to him? Top scorers and top assisters stay the same for now, but I think it's going to change next season. Season 3, and it doesn't quite look like players are enjoying Unai Emery's reign. Because look at this. Douglas Luiz has submitted a transfer request. He wants to leave. Not just that, even Buendia, who's now 83 rated, he wants to leave as well. Even Diego Carlos. We've got a big problem here at Aston Villa. I guess after finishing 10th in the Premier League, worse than the season before, players are not believing in us. We need to change that. We need to splash the cash and make signings to change that narrative. Look at that. Douglas Luiz, first thing that happens is we had to sell him. There was nothing we could even do about it. Similarly, even Diego Carlos is soon going to be on his way out. There are a lot of clubs coming in for him. But we're not just going to sit aside and watch our team just get destroyed. We're going to make the improvements we need. We've signed Schlotterbeck. Definitely an upgrade over Diego Carlos, but we had to spend 85 million for him. Schlotterbeck is 85 rated though, so I guess it's worth it. The team is looking good. We just need that midfielder. Being able to sign just 2 players, man, makes it so difficult, especially if we've got players leaving. We're on the hunt for a midfielder, and I may have found the perfect player. It's Matteo Guendouzi. Guendouzi playing at Mars. I'm pretty sure Unai Emery briefly did coach him, and I think it was under him he really came about. So let's see if we can sign him. 55 million is what we're paying. Bro, they just kicked us out. This is going to be tough. Okay, round 2, we're going to start at 60 million. Surely they're going to at least reply to us, and they will, but they want 84. I think we can get this done for 70, you know. Let's just meet in the middle. Well, these guys, man, honestly, you know what? I do not want to play around. We've got the cash after selling a lot of players. Let's just get it done, you know. Let's just get it done. And there you go. We've got Matteo Guendouzi joining Aston Villa. I think we've made a couple of really good signings this window. I think we have overpaid, but hey, we had the money from all the player sales, so there you go. The issue we're dealing with is nobody's really giving us continuity. We're being forced to sell our players the following season, so we can't really improve the overall squad. So I'm hoping that changes. I'm really hoping that changes. I want to keep all these players for next season so we can further improve the team. But that's our team for the season. Looks good. Finally, guys, some progress. We end up finishing 5th, and we should be in Europe next season. The signings have finally worked. That's a relief. But yeah, 3 seasons in, we're yet to even have a sniff at a trophy. Player growth has been solid this season for a lot of players. Look at Leon Bailey. We haven't even talked about him much. He's 87 rated. Schlotterbeck has been one hell of a signing. Pau Torres as well. You'll love to see that. Even Guendouzi. Danjuma scored 20 times this season. I think we're going to have a new top scorer. Assist-wise as well. Look at Kessie. Danjuma. Coutinho still killing it with the assists, even though he's now down to 79 overall. So we've got a new top scorer in Danjuma. Finally, he's coming through. But also, Coutinho has been like the unsung hero of this takeover so far. Okay, so for the first time in this takeover, we've got an Aston Villa to Europe. That means we'll now need to invest a fair bit in backup and squad depth in general. By the way, one thing I didn't realize at all, Jacob Ramsey has somehow grown really well last season. He's up to an 84 overall now. That's our midfield problem sorted. We're going to keep him there. He's only 24. He's going to be amazing. But what we do need is depth in our left back position, probably even left wing position. So let's get to work. First signing of the season, and it's Ait Nori. Lucas Digne is the only left back we've got at the club, and he's 31 years old. We need someone younger. Ait Nori is, I think, 83 rated. Let's have a quick check. Yup, he's 84. Wait, 84? I thought he was 83, but whatever. That's a solid signing. As I said, some much needed squad depth coming through with Ait Nori. But after that, I thought, why not bring back a player that was so amazing at Aston Villa? And it's Jack Grealish. He's had a great time at Man City, we can imagine. Let's bring him back home. He's probably only going to be backup, but can you imagine the quality he'll bring in? Can maybe slot into midfield as well if needed. 37 million is my offer. We can get him back to Aston Villa for 40 million. That's a dub. And there you go. Jack Grealish is back at the club that made him, under, of course, the guidance of Unai Emery. Can't lie, boys. With those couple of signings, it looks like we don't just have a good first 11, we've got a proper squad. Let's see if this is the season we win our first trophy. Before that, though, a bit of respect for Felipe Coutinho, as he's been sold. It's actually West Ham that end up signing him, but yeah, he was amazing for us for even this little time, but it's time to move on. We've signed Grealish to replace him. Let's go, guys. We keep making progress. We're going to be in the top 4, and that means next season, Champions League. That's what I'm talking about, man. And I think all this was possible because we just had our first 90 rated player in Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. His growth had kind of slowed down, but he's back on track. Look at Jacob Ramsey as well. How did we not end up winning any trophy this season? Well, we actually had a chance, but we lost the cup final to Leeds. What about the Europa League? I forgot about it. So we managed to top our group easily. We got through Bayern Munich. Now, that is a statement. Knocked out Montpellier, knocked out Ajax, and we're in the final against Dortmund. We've got a chance to win our first trophy. I completely forgot. Unai Emery was the mastermind of Europa League success. Can he do it with Aston Villa now? This would be our first trophy. Can we make it happen against Borussia Dortmund, please? We've got the squad. Jacob Ramsey ends up scoring the winner. Trophy number 1, and we've won our first major trophy. I told you guys, it was all about Khvicha Kvaratskhelia this season. He was so dominant. 33 goals this season. Ramsey as well having a solid season, but Khvicha was just insane. No changes to the top scorer, top assister charts this season, but that will change next season, I'm sure. Season 5, and it's looking like the season we might be able to challenge for the title. Also, don't forget win the Champions League this season. And that's why we've got 276 million to spend. I think it's now time we just go for the superstar signings and try and start winning trophy after trophy. We're going to start with an absolutely ridiculous signing, and that is Achraf Hakimi. He's currently playing at Manchester City, but if we can get him in, oh boy. It's literally one of the best right backs in the game. The negotiations are still going. I'm going with 72 million and looks like we're going to reach at 76.2. Our current right back is Matty Cash. As good as he is, he's only 83 rated. We could really do with a better right back. So there you go. The signing of Achraf Hakimi is complete. Meanwhile, this is bad news. Ollie Watkins has just joined PSG and Buendia has left for Napoli. That means our squad depth has been reduced, but I just realized we had this guy, Callum Archer. I think he'd be a decent backup striker, boys, so we'll keep it at that. So we don't really need to replace Ollie Watkins. We are, though, really lacking in depth in that midfield position, and I think we need to do something about it. Carlos Soler, I think, is the kind of player that would thrive in Unai Emery's system, so I think we should sign him. I was initially going to go for a striker this window, but then I realized the lack of depth is going to hurt us. A window of some really good signings. 86 rated Carlos Soler is now joining Aston Villa. 71.6 million though. Now we're talking. The first team is looking really good. The midfield is looking amazing. We've got squad depth as well. Let's see how we fare in the Champions League for the first time ever. Our first season with Aston Villa in the Champions League, and we end up top of our group. We managed to knock out Sevilla. We get through Liverpool as well, but that was it. Manchester City got the better of us. But semi-finals in our first season in the Champions League, I think we can take that. We also managed to win our second trophy, the Carabao Cup. At least now trophies are coming a lot more regularly. We can add another one. We managed to beat PSG in the UEFA Super Cup final. That's 3 trophies. Fair to say, though, in the Premier League, we kind of messed up. We should have gotten top 4. We're going to miss out on Champions League, but hey, Unai Emery probably prefers it. He prefers being in the Europa League anyways. But man, are those overalls going up, especially Kvaratskhelia. He's up to 93. Also, it might be time to make Ait Nouri a starter, definitely. But yeah, this team is absolutely cracked. I've got a few ideas of improvements, so we'll see what next season requires. Another stellar season from Kvaratskhelia. I mean, how insane has he become? We have a new top assister right now. It's Gessi, which is awesome, but also Danjuma better be careful because Kvaratskhelia is coming for him. I think it's fair to say we've made Aston Villa a top 6 club, but I think with the players we've got, we need to be striving for more. Let's figure out how we can improve this team even more. We've gone ahead and sold one of our best players, Adnan Danjuma. He was our top scorer up until this point, but guys, I feel like the money we were getting for him, it was crazy. We had to take it. And you guys know, last season we were looking to bring in a new striker. Lautaro Martinez was an option, but I think Darwin Núñez would be so much more fun. I like it. We'll be weakening Liverpool as well. Even his contract's expiring, so we can probably get a really good deal on this. So let's just get this done with. We now have an 89 rated Darwin Núñez joining the club. Tell you what, I think this is a fantastic transfer. Okay, so we've got Darwin Núñez up top, and I'm just looking at the team. Our depth is just non-existent. Who can we sign for a bit of awesome squad depth? That's what I'm thinking right now. Probably a CDM. Yeah, that's what we need. Ooh, Declan Rice would actually be amazing. He's going to be a bit expensive, though, but I like this. Yo, if we secure the signing of Declan Rice, there's no reason why we shouldn't be aiming to win the title. And looks like it's done. We've just gone ahead and signed Declan Rice to Aston Villa. I don't know if he's going to be starter over Kessie or not, but this guy is good. The squad depth we're going to have for the season, unreal. I think I'm going to keep Declan Rice as a starter because I think he's a bit younger than Kessie, isn't he? Yup. So let's hope he can grow. I feel this is the season we win the Premier League. I think it's time to start checking who wins the Ballon d'Or. It's probably going to keep being Haaland, but the fact that we've got a 93 rated Kvaratskhelia, maybe there's a chance he could win it. Unai Emery getting knocked out in the semi-finals of the Europa League. This wasn't part of the script. This was not supposed to happen. The Premier League is our only hope now this season. Surely with the team we've got, we've managed to finish top 4. And it does look like we have. But have we won the Premier League title? Oh my god, we have! Finally! 6 seasons of grinding and we've won the Premier League by a 10-point advantage. It is now time to create a dynasty with Aston Villa. Oh, look at that team. Our entire attack, 90 plus rated. Jacob, Ramsey, Guendouzi and Declan all 88. Hakimi, Schlotterbeck as well. Ooh, Emi Emi Martinez is stiff. I think next season we get an insane goalkeeper or something. Otherwise, we might end up struggling. But yes, after 6 seasons with Villa, we're on 4 trophies now, and we ain't stopping. Just what we needed from Darwin Núñez, boys. He came through with a solid season. I think we're going to have a new top scorer. Kvaratskhelia, he stepped up big time. We finally have a new top scorer, and it's Kvaratskhelia. I just can't figure out that guy's name, but it's insane that he's our top scorer, 93 rated. We're coming into this season as Premier League champions, and I intend to keep it that way. We need to create a dynasty here and try and win even the Champions League this season. Uncharted territory though for Unai Emery. He's the king of the Europa League. Champions League, not so much. I think first thing we need to do is get ourselves a new keeper. And we might also need a new left winger or a right winger, because Jack Grealish is joining Atletico Madrid. Well, he's 81 rated now. He's 32. It's fine. First, we're signing the replacement for Jack Grealish. It's KK from Manchester City. 37 million, 82 rated. I think it's a good winger to bring in. And for the goalkeeping position, I've gone with one of my favorite keepers in FIFA. 63.3 million for Ilan Melia. Can't lie, couple of smart transfers. The team is looking real nice. This season, I want to win the Champions League. No way, we lost the league title on goal difference. How close was that? We even lost the Community Shield. We're still stuck on 4 trophies. Come on, at least give me one of the cups. But no, we don't. Even in the Champions League, we got knocked out in the semi-finals. I mean, it's great that we got here, but trophy-less with this team. Like, look at this. How? Honestly. Well, at least signing Darwin Núñez has absolutely paid off, because, well, he has been utterly insane. But Kvaratskhelia is still going to be the top scorer for us. Can't figure out how we went trophy-less this season, but at least Kvaratskhelia is enjoying himself. For season 8, one thing we know, Nori wants to leave the club. I do not know why. He was playing practically every game, but that means we can get a new left back. Nuno Mendes is a solid option. I don't think we need to think too much about this. Let's maybe try a swap deal. If I put in Nori in this and chuck in about 15, 16 million, would that work? They want 47 more. You know what? We've got the money. Let's pay it and get done with it. So there you go. We've got our new left back in Nuno Mendes. And we've made an incredible signing to add to the team. It's Ryan Gravenberch. Legit had to pay 123 million for him, but I think it's worth it. Honestly, guys, with the team we've built now, if we can't win the Champions League, there is something wrong. Like, this team is borderline insane. The goalkeeper is the lowest rated player. This team is insane. The goal in these last 3 seasons is to win as many trophies as possible. We've got the squad complete. And looks like we've secured our 2nd league title of these 10 seasons. Trophy number 5. But we're still not good enough to win the Champions League. When is that gonna come? Darwin Núñez is absolutely flying. Kvaratskhelia better be careful. He might just overtake him. It's still crazy to me how Kvaratskhelia is both our top scorer and top assister. We're starting off season 9 with a new signing, a £60 million centre-back. I think he's a regen, but he's legit like 85, 86 overall, man. Honestly, we're sorted. At this point, our team is basically perfect. We just need to improve on the squad depth. Guys, I may have found Heung-min Son's regen. His name is Ray Song-son. Literally, and he even starts at Bayer Leverkusen. How crazy is that? And there you go. We've signed the regen of Heung-min Son. 125 million for him because he's actually insane. 87 rated. He's only going to be on the bench, but it's a pretty cool signing, you know. That's our team. Surely it's good enough to now win the Champions League. And that is another Premier League title. Make that 6 trophies now. Come on. Make it 7. Another Community Shield. I think this was our first, though. Make that trophy number 8. Now we're racking up the trophies. Let's go. But in the Champions League, I can't believe it. We end up getting knocked out to RB Leipzig. That is just crazy, man. What's it gonna take for us to win the Champions League? This time, Kvaratskhelia destroyed the charts. 41 goals this season and top assister as well. 96 rated, bro. He's got to try and win a Ballon d'Or soon. These stats are actually mental. I can't lie, guys. I think our team is complete for this final season. There is literally no signing I think we need to make. We've got everything sorted. Jacob Ramsey, 89. Our attack is insane. Okay, maybe we get a right winger because Leon Bailey is 33 and losing ratings. Okay, that's one last signing we'll make. I think I found the perfect player for the right wing position, and it's Nasir Ibrahim. You might be thinking who he is. Well, by the looks of things, I think he is Mo Salah's regen. He's literally available for free. I think we should sign him and try him out. 22 years old, 89 rated. It's a bit crazy how good he is. Maybe with Mo Salah's regen, that is what we need to try and win the Champions League. And remember, this is our last attempt. And there you go. Mo Salah's regen has arrived. The fact that we've got him for free is wild. Putting Nasser Ibrahim into the team, and that is our starting 11. Let's go and win the Champions League. And in our final season with Villa, looks like we're at least going to win the Premier League trophy number 9. Oh, we lost the Community Shield final, but this is it. The moment of truth. We finished top of our Champions League group. We knocked out Celta, but Juventus knocked us out. For some reason, the Champions League just slipped away. That's the Stevie G curse on us, I guess. That's such a shame. We end up on 9 trophies for the entire takeover. I honestly feel like that's a bit underwhelming for this team that we had. Regardless, one man was the superstar. 44 goals and assists this season. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, 97 rated. And he ends the takeover with 200 plus goals and 99 assists. I can't lie, Aston Villa fans I think would be pretty happy if they end up winning 9 trophies in the next decade under Unai Emery. But that's that for this video. If you want to see how I completed FIFA 23 with Messi, click somewhere here. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.